do a few more problems of how to find the best buy, meaning how to find a unit rate or a price for one using long division. So as you see, if you followed the other videos, we're going to have to do some guess and check, and I have gone ahead and made some charts here so that I can do my guess and check work for these two problems. One, where we're dividing by 18. So I'm going to have to do some guessing and checking for 18. And also for 27. I have to do some guessing and checking for 27. So I always remind students, your guess and check, I would do on a separate piece of paper or, I just moved my 18 by 4, on a separate piece of paper and kind of have two pieces of paper in front of you. One where I'm doing my work, one where I'm doing my guessing and checking. And I would organize the guessing and checking because one of the things we do is when we use a number to guess and check and we scribble it on the side somewhere, and then later on in our problem, we want to guess and check that same number, our work is already done. And this will make some sense. I'll explain it as I go through. So I'm dividing 18 into 7.38. There is no decimal in 18. There is in 7.38. So I'm going to put a decimal up there. And as I've mentioned before, I've mentioned in class, if you have me, I did not want to do that one. I wanted to do that is what I wanted to do, the shape. No, there's the shape. Sorry about that. I've made a bunch of duplicate slides now. I'll fix that. I'm going to create a little rectangle here and cover this up so you can look at these numbers. So 18 does not divide into 7. We're going to pretend that that decimal is not there. It's kind of like we're dividing 738 by 18. So I'm going to say, does 18 divide into 73? And so this is where I keep my guess and check work, and I've talked about this. If I'm doing 18 times 2, let's just say I wanted to guess, maybe it's 2. 8 times 2 is 6. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 36 is not large enough. I'm not sure if 18 times 3 is going to be large enough. I'm going to jump and guess and check 18 times 4. But if I have my work organized, I can make better sense of what I want to guess and check. So let's go to 18 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. So 18 times 4 is 72. That's the closest I'm going to get to 73 without going over. So this is all my guess and check. This is, again, I've mentioned this in prior videos where students start to get confused. Now I have to do my multiplication. My multiplication means I'm going to take the number that I just saw that I was going to use. I'm going to want to get to 72, so I have to multiply 18 by 4. I'm going to put the 4 here. I have to finger write, so pardon my writing there. And then I'm going to multiply. 4 times 18 is the same as 18 times 4. So 4 times 18 is 72. I've done my multiplication. Now I'm going to subtract. 73 minus 72 is 1. I'm going to move my rectangle out of the way, save it for later. I've done my subtraction. Now I'm going to bring down my 8. And 18, this one I don't need to guess and check. I know that if I want to get 18, 18 divides into 18 one time. I don't actually need to do guess and check. I just know that. If I needed to, I could do it over to the side. So 1 times 18 is the same as 18 times 1 is 18. If I subtract, we get 0. There's nothing else to bring down. So for question number 5, my answer is 41. I'm going to change my pen color now. And I'm going to do 27 goes into 15.39. Said this before, I'm going to put a dot right there for my decimal, and now I'm going to ignore it. 27 does not divide into 1. It does not divide into 15 because 15 is still smaller, worth less than 27. But it does divide into 153. And I need to guess and check to figure out what. I'm going to ahead, as you see, I've made some of these. I'm going to go ahead and guess 27 times 5. And I did that because 27 times 10 would be 270. I guess I should explain 27 times 10 would be 270. And so 153 seems to me off the top of my head like it's about halfway there. So let's do this. 27 times 5 is 35. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 3 is 135. So I think that's going to work. I'm going to guess and check. Did that. And now I'm going to multiply 27 by 5. And do 135. Now, my last way to know that I guessed and checked the right number, because I didn't do 27 by 6 to see if it was larger than 153, is when I subtract these numbers, I need to get a number less than 27. If I get a number greater than 27, I could have had another set of 27s. This is another way to know that my guess and check worked. So I cannot subtract 5 from 3. That's going to have to become 13. And this 5 is going to have to become 4. So 13 minus 5, if I'm not sure, I could put 13 in my head and count on my 5 fingers. So you can't see my fingers, but I'm going to make this like my 5 fingers that I'm holding up. So if 13's in my head, this becomes 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So 13 minus 5 is 8. I'm going to erase my fingers. You don't need those now. Give you an idea of what I'm doing now. 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So 100. So 18 works. 18 meaning it's less than 27. So dividing by 5 was a good choice. Or multiplying by 5. Multiplying by 5 was a good choice. So let's concentrate on what we're doing now. So I've done my multiplication, I've done my subtraction. Now I need to bring down this 9. And I need to guess and check how many times 27 can divide into 189. So I'm going to come over here and I am going to guess and check something else. I'm going to guess and check 8. It might be 9. I could also guess and check saying, just look at the first two numbers. 18 divided by 2 is 9. But since 27's kind of close to 30, I'm just going to guess 8. If you're not sure what to guess, you could do all of them. You could start your problem by doing a full multiples chart for 27. So 7 times 8 is 56. 6 here, 5 here. 8 times 2 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 216. That is too large. So now I'm going to guess and check 27 times 7. Notice I'm leaving my work there in case I needed it at some point. You move my little screen recording thing. No, don't stop screen recording. Oh. I'm just going to leave it there. 27 times 7 is 49. Ooh, wait. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 4 is 189. I did my guess and check. I got that I'm going to use 7. If I multiply 7 times 27, I'm going to get 189. When I subtract and bring that down, I'm going to get 0. There's nothing left to do, so I get 0.57. So for this one, the better buy was option